Okay, chat. This is the Rakdos list that came in top 4 of the Pioneer Showcase. The only thing that I did was I cut 2 main deck Trespassers for 2 Preacher of the Schism, which is a card that I've seen Nassif playing quite a bit over the past couple of days. So I wanted to try this out to see how it played out. I do kind of think I like it more than Trespasser. But the reason I like this Rakdos list more than basically every other one that I've seen is just like the lower curve, you know? Like 4 Inti to pair with your Fables and Copters. Inti also really sick with Harvester. 4 Bonecrusher, push Thoughtseize, 4 Harvester, just like not messing around, no 4 drops, lower curve. I don't know, it looks like a good list. And I wanted to try it out. I don't really have a ton to say. Path of Peril on the sideboard plus Hitotsugu, which is for Convoke, and that might not even be necessary given how prevalent Amalia is. Like, Amalia seems like it's going to push Convoke out of the metagame, so I don't even know how hard we have to go in the sideboard for anti-Convoke cards. But, yeah, it just looks like a really clean list. I'll have to try it out. Yeah, the lower curve definitely makes Copter a lot better. Which is why I'm okay cutting Sheoldred. Like, I'm fine with playing no 4 drops. Like, you just don't have to play 4 drops. Let me upload this to Moxfield real quick. Shout out to Moxfield, by the way, chat. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. Cool Stuff Inc., Mana Traders, Moxfield, and Heavy Play. If you need any cards, I don't know if Cool Stuff has a booth in Atlanta. I'm not 100% positive. But if you need some cards, check out Cool Stuff. They're great. You know the drill. No, I just don't think you need Sheoldred. Whoa. Let him cook? Wait. Chat? I'm scared. What does that mean? Oh, it's just Rona. Could be Rona. Yeah. Okay. Took my Bonecrusher Giant. Alright, well, what do you got over there, buddy? Push Jace Helix. Well, I know why they took Bonecrusher. I mean, I don't really care about Push or Helix, right? I'm just gonna take Jace. No, we're playing against a Zerta deck. Shock. Thoughtseize bug? It's not bad. Wait, can't we just hold on? What's the thing in this? So it says each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. Why can't control decks play this? Just like normal blue-white control. Oh, lockdown. Yeah, okay. Because I was like, does this discount Shark Typhoon? Well, Shark Typhoon is a permanent that has an ability, right? It's just lockdown. Because I think the way that I'm reading this, I believe it discounts. What you call it? Shark Typhoon. But yeah, you don't want to play control without lockdown. Funny enough, they are holding up Fatal Push. So I guess I should Thoughtseize them first. And then go Land Harvester. I have Helix left over. Zerta says control. No, I think it just says each permanent card in your starting deck has this. You know what I mean? Well, they need Amber plus payoff, right? It's not just Amber. Just Amber doesn't kill me. They need Amber plus. And also, even if they draw Amber plus payoff after their loot, they only get to keep 2 cards in hand. Right? They can top deck payoff after the last activation. What do you mean? They would only have 2 cards in hand, though. Right? Discarded Marsh, so last card is Helix. We should be fine this game. Should be chilling. Yeah, they have to go up on cards. So let's go Inti. I think I'm not gonna attack with Harvester. Let's just do this. I kind of want to push the Rona and kill the elf. Well, no, that's dumb, right? Because I could just put him on a 2-turn clock if I send both. Do I care about the elf looting with Copter? I don't think so. I think I'd rather put them on a 2-turn clock. I want to loot with Copter first, because I may not want to use Inti this turn. So we get a loot off here. Found Bonecrusher. Which is unfortunate, because I can't cast the... I need to kill the Rhoda this turn. So... 6, they go to 7... Let's just not use the Inti this turn. Push the Rona, play land pass. Just play it safe. How's the format been? I think Pioneer's been amazing. I love the format ever since the Copter unban. I think this format's incredible. In Kratos, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. Thank you for using that Prime. I love this format, though. It's so good. I'm very, very excited for Atlanta. Yeah, but, like, people always like to shit on Pioneer for no reason. I mean, chat, you know, you're not going to like what I'm about to say, but Pioneer's always been better than Modern. And 300 people have now left the chat. What did they do? Picked up Serta, sure. I think Pioneer is great except for the dominance of Gyruda combo, true. Yeah, this means war. Yeah, unsub. I know. Let's loot first, I think. Because then if I brick again, I can discard the card that I loot into off Inti. Modern is a format that takes no skill. Yeah, coming from the person who won a Pro Tour with humans. Alright, let's do this. Can confirm. Based. Spice Chai, thank you for the 5-month resub. Welcome back, Spice Chai. Very true and very based. I stacked my triggers wrong, but it's fine. Usually you should loot first with Copter. This is kind of the first time that I've really gone super deep with Inti and Copter. And man, these cards feel really fucked up together. It's really, really good. Miss Lethal? How did I miss Lethal? Oh, play Fable pre-combat and crew with the Fable. Correct. You're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't think it matters, but you are correct, yeah. Thank you for being brave enough to say what we were all thinking. That's what I'm here for, Parkmania. You know? I'm here for the hot takes. If I use the Fable to crew the Copter and put a counter on the Harvester, it's lethal no matter how they block, right? Or if I put a counter on Inti... No, if I put a counter on Inti, they just trade Inti and take 6, right? They go to 1. No, I actually think it wasn't lethal. You're correct. Now I can go Thoughtseize plus Copter. Jace doesn't matter. Yeah, they would go to 1 if I did that. Which is like, maybe it was still better. Oh. That's like, maybe a way I can lose. They get back Rona, loot, hit Amber. Well, no, if they hit Amber, they don't have the Helix in hand. Because they only have 1 card. They need 1 more card in hand. Have we revisited Gruul Fires yet? That deck is unplayable without Karn. Gruul Fires was a very unfortunate casualty of the Karn ban. You hate to see it, you know. I did like playing that deck. Doom Link wins. Yeah, some may say maybe the deck was unplayable with Karn, but, you know, I can cope. Let me cope, alright? I have a question. Is Traumatized Fires a playable deck? Define playable. What would your definition of playable be? All right, chat, what do you want against Rona combo? Path of Peril cleans up Jace, Rona, Elves. Seems like it could be good. Goblank. Torch probably good. Hidetsugu kind of mid. K-Command. They do have Copter. K-Command could be good. I could see boarding in a lot of these cards. What happens when Mono Green wins the RC without Karn? It's not going to. Mono Green without Karn sucks. I think there's like zero chance that it wins the RC. I don't think that deck is very good. What are we cutting first? Yeah, that's a good question. I probably, like, if I'm boarding in Path of Peril, I think I am required to cut Inti, correct? That kind of makes sense. Maybe Thoughtseize can go. Because Thoughtseize is not great against Tyvar. Like, if you Thoughtseize them and they draw Tyvar, they just get their thing back. Can we clip that just in case? Yeah, you can clip whatever you want. You can clip it. That's fine. I don't think it's a very good deck. So, let's do this. Let's cut these 8. Can we get some 07s for the Giganta? Because we're bringing in Path of Peril. Something like this, maybe? Does that look good? My curve sucks now. Maybe I don't... Well, I guess this is really a 2-drop, right? This is a 2. Maybe we don't bring in the Graveyard Heat and just keep Thoughtseize. Just to make the curve a little bit more palatable. Let's try that. Peepo Slam board in Jeff. Need to make Jeff feel like he's not left out. Poor Jeffrey. Sanzai, what do you think of Sage of Hours in Pioneer? I haven't really thought of Sage of Hours. Trying to build a scales list with it for a while. It's been getting some decent tools from recent history. Yeah, that's one card that I have not really ever tried to cook with. It could be interesting. It's the one that, like, you can remove 5 counters to take a turn, right? Or something like that. Am I surprised at how quickly they discovered, or they addressed the Discover deck? Not really. That deck was really messed up. God, this is, like, so bad if they have a Tyvar, but I don't really want to let them untap with Rona. Removes all counters, you get an extra turn for every 5 removed. Gotcha, okay. So they stack 2. That's kind of cool. Yeah, if they didn't address the Discover deck before Atlanta, it would have been all over the place in Atlanta. So I'm pretty happy that they did. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part about doing what I did. Yeah, not just a turn 3 win, but turn 3 win that only takes 1 card. It was just like, it was really messed up. I think I have... man. Yeah, I gotta play Fable. Try and find a Fatal Push for this next turn. Maybe this is the card I should be cutting in this matchup. Yeah, people, like, if you look at the Japan win rates... You know, Geological Appraiser, I think, only had 48% win rate in Japan. But if you look at the other 2 RCs, which was Latin America and Canada, I think the respective win rates for those RCs was like 55 and 65. 65, I think, was Latin America. So it just crushed everybody in the other 2 RCs. And it was still 50-50 in Japan. It wasn't like it was a bad deck, you know? I mean, I own the cards for it. I kind of wanted them to not ban it, but I think for the health of the format, it was a net positive. No, I said 48. It was 48 Japan, 55 Canada, and 65 Latin America. You're so dead. Tyvar is a really messed up card. I think I heard those stats on a podcast. What podcast would that be? I may or may not be recording an episode of said podcast tonight. Some final Atlanta prep. Is Pioneer a combo format? Kind of. Gizmos, drop a link in chat. Take a look in a second. Okay, how the hell do I win this game? Well, I think it starts by discarding these two cards. Thoughtseize their last card. Whatever that may be. Can't really attack here because they just block with Copter. So kill Tyvar, play tap land. Double Stomp Rona. Now, if I double Stomp Rona, they just minus Tyvar and get it back. Where do you see the Twitch recap? If you once you like log into Twitch, it should be right there. All right, deck tech for Gizmos. Pia, Chained, Swift Spear, Soul Scar, 1 Drum, 4 Torch. For Pia, 4 Hair, 3 Impulse, 2 Copter, 3 Resolve. I'm generally not a huge fan of Onimpakal without Mox Amber. I don't know. I just don't love this card that much. I would probably cut the Onimpakals. I like everything else. I would cut these for like a 3rd Copter, a 4th Impulse, and a 3rd Soul Scar. But I don't think anything else I would change. Oh, actually, no, there's no Inties. I think we should be playing Inti Copter in this deck. Wanted to put it with Showdown in the Hair. It's like okay with Hair, but it's just not a great card by itself. Here's what I would do. Let's try this. What if we cut Onimpakals? One of the 6 impulses go down to 5. So that's 4 cuts plus 2 Soul Scars. That's 6 cuts. We add 1 Copter, 3 Inti, and 2 Fables. What do you think about that? Does that sound good? Yeah, Inti plus Pia. Like, the combination of Inti, Pia, Fable, and Copter, like, those are 4 cards that I really wanted to try and build a deck with. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but that core sounds pretty good to me. How the fuck do I win this game? Okay, I guess we just have to go Stomp here, play 2nd Bonecrusher. I love the Pia deck. We spent a lot of time playing it, like, back when it was a lot more playable, or more people played it. You could also shave on Showdown. I don't mind going down to 3 Showdowns. I could see, like, shaving one of these, cutting the Onimpakals, that's 4, cutting one of the 6 Impulses, that's 5, cutting the Soul Scars, that's 7. And then again, I'd probably go 3 Copter, that's one Copter, 6 more ads, and then 3 Inti, 3 Fable. You just do 3 Copter, 3 Inti, 3 Fable with 4 Pia. I think that's a really good idea. That's how I would want to build this deck. 22 land with Drum is probably fine. It's maybe 1 too many lands, especially with Copter to loot. Sideboard looks pretty good, too. Your sideboard looks basically perfect. I don't think I would change anything. This maybe should be Rest in Peace for what it's worth. But if you're going to play Inti, playing more zeros makes sense, because you want to be able to hit, like, Tormod's Crypt off of Inti, which is kind of cool. I think that's really all I'd want to do, though. What is Fable giving you? Fable is just really sick with Inti. And it's like, everybody always says, like, you need stuff to copy with Fable, but that's just not true. It's just a really good card by itself. You don't need to play stuff to copy with it, you know what I mean? This thing ults on 9. Can I kill them before the ult? Probably not, right? Should I get a playset of Inti while it's cheap? I probably would, yeah. I got my place up. I'm going to ignore the Jace. I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, you can just copy itself when you draw 2 Fables. Fable is just a messed up card. Even if your entire deck is Legends, it doesn't matter. It's just like a 3-for-1 by itself. Yeah, people just kill it before you can copy anything anyways. Lilywick, thank you very, very much for the 7-month resub. Did not mean to play that land. I should have kept the land in hand. Misclick. It's fine, not a huge deal. Nillywick, thank you very, very much for the 7 months. Welcome back. When you play Heron Pia, do you find it to be okay, even though the only token production is Pia? Yeah, you don't need to go super deep with it. Like, if you're giving +2/+2 with Hair, that's fine. You don't need to, like, you don't need to play cards that are mediocre to make Hair better. Hair is just a good card by itself. One card that I was playing a little bit was the House Mouse, the cheeky House Mouse. That card was pretty sweet. I feel like I sideboarded terribly. Because, like, all the cards that I boarded in are just bad against their Planeswalkers. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in the Thoughtseize again. I'm gonna play, like, 2 Minties. I don't know if that's right. This deck is, like, really hard to sideboard against. Just the fact that it attacks you from multiple angles. Cut Giant. Yeah, Giant's good against Jace, but it's really not good against Rona. I'm gonna keep this. Don't know if that's right. Definitely not right now. I was planning on letting them have Ren. I was gonna Thoughtseize their Tyvar. Getting a little punished now. Well, not really, right? Because, like, if I just play Bonecrusher next turn, they can't really just play Ren into that. Okay. Yeah. So now I think we have to Stomp the Elf. Because if not, they can go Ren, animate a land, make a 3/3, have a blocker for Bonecrusher. So I think I'm going to do this. Maybe I should have just let them have the Elf and taken both Planeswalkers. I mean, obviously I didn't know I was going to draw Bonecrusher, but I got mega punished because I drew back-to-back Bonecrushers. They minused? Oh, deal. I am A-okay with a minus. What'd they get back? They got back Fae of Wishes. Sure, that's fine. So their hand is Grave, Confluence, Fae of Wishes. Have I tested a Pia deck? No, not yet. I haven't tested a Pia deck. Sure. Removal spell for that would be nice, because then I can go Bonecrusher plus removal spell. I haven't cast Breacher yet, now. I would like to. I want to see how good it is. Speaking of, so I'm at less life, which means I get a 1/1, which is likely not relevant. Okay, I'll just cast this. Would you go Naya or Red-White? Naya for sure. At least, like, splashing Pollen Shield Hair is worth it. You could maybe consider splashing Questing Druid as well over some of the Reckless Impulses, but definitely for at least the Pollen Shield Hair. That card's very good. Yeah, Nick is the Pia guy. Yeah, Breacher is replacing Trespasser. Did they find Helix? Well, they need a way to untap Rona if they found Helix. Because this is currently tapped. Okay. Yep. Alright, need a good draw step here. I guess it kind of counts. I feel like I'm probably dead, though. Yeah, Questing Druid is very good in the Pia deck, for sure. How are the one-drop creatures? I don't know, like, they're kind of mid sometimes. They're good in specific matchups, like where you need to race people. Having Swiftspear is pretty important, like against Lotus Fields, because that matchup is really bad, and your only chance against Lotus is, like, play a Swiftspear and hope to have enough spells. But I think on the balance, they're not great. Like, they're pretty bad against Rakdos, you know? The cheap creatures are just not good. That being said, with Copter, maybe it's better to play more one-drops because you want more ways to crew Copter. That could be an argument as well. So it's like there's a bunch of different things you have to think about. They sound too slow. Yeah, that's kind of the issue they've always had, right? How good would Goblin Guy be for Pioneer? I would assume it would be very good, right? Yeah, it's just a lot of 2-drops. That's the other issue. And he got rid of today. You already missed it, Daniel. It was the first deck we played. 3-2 the first league, and then 0-2 dropped the second one. He discarded Helix. It's not great. Can we untap the Rona? Okay, I'm dead. You win. Kind of wish I was in the play, but I'll keep this. Not a huge fan of it, but hopefully we can, like, use Fable to loot away 2 of these lands. Phoenix. Looks like Phoenix. Think we should be favored against them. Drawing a Blood Crypt, not great. Yeah, it's like when you spend 3 mana on your creature and they spend 1 mana on your removal spell, it feels like you just lose the game on the spot. It's so hard to trade resources and trade mana like that. It's just why I'm generally not a big fan of Adam Bacall. Yeah, if you had Skrelv in the deck, you could maybe talk me into it, but without some way to protect it, it seems not great. PA tokens were going to be really good at immediately triggering it. Experience of the deck. Yeah, that's fair, Gizmos. I think, like, your head's in the right place, but it's just not, like, a huge fan of playing the... Like, if it was, like, a 1-3, I'd be way more into it. You know what I mean? But 2 toughness is super sketchy for a card like that. Attack you. Loot away these lands. Would Skrelv be worth playing? You could consider playing Skrelv over Swiftspear, and then you have, like, the natural curve of Skrelv into Pia into Anambakal, or Skrelv into Inti. And then if you have Skrelv, Inti, Anambakal, Pia, you could then also maybe talk me into Moxhammer. Moxhammer also makes your Inti's better because you have 0 mana spells to hit off of Inti. Okay. So, like, kind of like a hybrid Legends Pia deck. That, I'm kind of into. That sounds super interesting. You can maybe sell me on that. Why is Smuggler's Copter good in this deck? I don't get it. How much time you got? I could talk for hours about why Smuggler's Copter is a broken card. Depends on how much time you got. Okay, drawing Fatal Push is huge. So now what? Do I care about the Shredder? What's better card, Copter or Fable? Copter. Might be a hot take, but I think Copter is better. You don't understand why Smuggler's Copter is good in a deck that does not have a 1-drop to crew it? Well, you're not attacking with it on turn 2. You're not attacking with it till turn 3 anyways. Why do you care if you have 1-drops? That doesn't matter. If I bring something you take a look at the deck tech. Maybe Gizmos, maybe. Let me play this game real quick. I got a lot of decisions this turn. I think I have to kill the Crackling Drake. So why don't we... Yeah, I'm just going to let them trigger the Shredder. I kind of have to. Kroxa, push, plus hold up Stomp. Alright, Kroxa. We can go crew here. Attack with both, sack the treasure, push the Drake, and then stomp the... I don't know if I want to stomp the Fable or the Shaman token. No need to sack treasure. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end up... Oh, they chose to kill the Copter. Like, kind of okay with that. So, yeah, I'll just push this... Get the trigger Shredder, which is kind of annoying. But I think it's more important to kill the Drake over the Shredder. And then we can hold up Stomp for this thing. Yeah, it's pretty annoying. It's not the end of the world, though. He discarded a land. Can also just Kroxa them next turn, which is good. Yeah, they flip Fable. We can just stomp that. Sure. How do we feel about Preacher? I have still yet to attack with it yet. I think it sounds good in theory, but I mean, this is maybe a spot where I would rather have Trespasser. I don't know. The body just seems really good on Preacher. That's kind of why I wanted to try it. Draw 3, huh? Ancestral Recall, good magic card. Powerful, powerful Magic the Gathering card. Yeah, I gotta kill the Reflection over the Shaman token, for sure. Go to 13. Still 5 cards in hand. Okay, kill this idiot. They have Spell Pierce? Didn't think they had Spell Pierce main deck. Mega Punish too, because I could have just waited on the Thoughtseize, but I would just never assume them to have Spell Pierce main deck. What the fuck? Guess I'll take that. I don't know. Attack. We trade. Now we can Kroxa. Kind of have to Kroxa. Yeah, I know it's Drake's. It's not the same thing. Black, black, red. Red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Wish I was able to kill the Shredder, but pretty sure I had to push the Drake last turn when I had the option. Perhaps I should have Kroxa'd first. Because if I had Kroxa'd first, then I could have Thoughtseized after they resolved the loot. So, like, if they had drawn a cruise off the loot, I could have just taken their cruise. Drake Fling is for the people. I think I am dead to Drake if they find it. I'm not going to count, but I'm just assuming it kills me. Because they can copy it with Fable. Okay. Okay. But they're cooking all right. They are cooking. Good draw. Good draw is good. Okay. I was going to say, if they had a removal spell, they probably should have done it on their turn, right? Or, like, upkeeped it. They been to Hall. What else we got? What did they draw? They drew a spell if they're tanking. My body is ready for Beacon Bolt. I don't remember what that card does. Okay, do I kill the Shredder or the Reflection? I think I kill the Shredder, right? Oh. I think I gotta kill the Shredder. If they had a removal spell, they would have cast it already. They could have had a cantrip, I guess. Maybe they wanted to, like, bait me into trying to target the Shredder before they cast their cantrip. If they hit a spell off of Connive, then this gets the 5 toughness, and I get punished. It'd be kind of unfortunate. 1 blue-red, deal damage to target creature equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards you own in exile and in your graveyard. That's kind of based. The hell is this? Oh. Okay, don't draw a spell. God damn it. Gamut 3. I'm not dead. Technically. Can jump block with Copter. I'm not very alive, though. They also get the trigger the Shredder here. Yeah, we can just go chump block here. Chump block here, and then take 2, gonna 1. We're dead if they find a removal spell. That was going to be the case regardless. Okay. I'm gonna crew. Surely this works, right? Surely this works. Oh, they found a removal spell. Ain't no way. Okay, so not quite Phoenix. Hearse is still probably good because they have crews. Sphere not good. K Command seems bad. HCA is not great. Torch does kill Shredder and Fable, so it's probably good enough. Go blank decent. Maybe Duress. Bonecrusher seems kind of ass against them. I just want to cut all my discard spells. Am I supposed to be cutting Copter in matchups like this? I don't think so. Yeah, Giant has looked kind of bad in these matchups. Go Blank is the best card in the Pioneer format. True. Just cut all the Bonecrushers, maybe? Keep the Inties, just as ways to make Copter better. It's just kind of weird without Sheoldred, because I feel like my creatures are a lot more susceptible to removal spells, given that they're much more fragile. So while I think normal Rakdos is favored against decks like Phoenix and, you know, the deck that my opponent's playing, this version without Sheoldred and the sticky threats does seem a little bit tougher. Yeah. I guess we can call this Zoomer Rakdos. Something like this could be okay. Let's just try this and see what happens. Kind of just trying different things and vibing. Keep this, put back the second Thoughtseize. That sounds good. Rakdos Scooter, yeah. Any decent Madness cards? I mean, like, the most playable one is probably Fiery Temper, but I don't think it's very good. Okay. Chat has been angered by no Sheoldred. Chat gets angered about a lot of things. It's not just the Sheoldreds. Maybe I should have left them with Shredder with 2 Fatal Pushes in hand. I just wanted to take it in case they drew a second one. Maybe that was a bad idea. Yeah, chat gets mad about chat. Right on time with that, huh? Right on time with that. Where were you last turn, buddy? Yeah, you lose Gigantha, which is definitely a thing. I don't know how relevant it is, but you do lose Gigantha. Maybe it's less relevant in the post-board games. Yeah, I didn't sequence my draws correctly. See, if I had foil Copters, then I would have been fine. Alright, I'm going to discard 2 pushes, and they're going to play 2 Shredders next turn. Or I'm just going to draw all lands. Oogie. Your turn. Still know they have 2 pathways. Yeah, they're just going to cast Cruise this turn. Okay. Surely they don't also have a Fiery Impulse, right? That would never happen. Wish I had Hive instead of Dan. Their creativity. No, there is it Drakes. They're not creativity. I guess I can go Inti, hold up Sokenzan, which is actually kind of cool because I can trigger Inti at their end step. Let's do that. It's not the worst. If they had a removal spell, they would have killed the Copters, so it's like kind of fine. And then I can actually go crew Copter, copy, use a 1/1 to crew the Copter. Right? Because the Copter still has haste. Do you have any insight on how Tron does against Yawg? I am not familiar with that matchup now. I could have Sokenzan a response, but I lose the tokens. Was that worth it? Maybe? No, because I kind of want the tokens to crit the Copter. Come on. Did I get your song request? No, I'll check it in a second. Hold on. I'm too busy getting my opponent, who's just drawing every possible card at every stage of the game. Okay. Deck. Your turn. Okay, what was time with song request? Let's see. Yeah, we're probably dead. It's usually what happens when your opponent resolves crews. Okay, give me a sec here. Alright, in the queue, Taimu. I got you. I have 4 cards in hand. I guess I can play it out. You do have Jeff. They find a Drake that can copy it. I don't know if it's lethal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 11, 12. It's pretty damn close. Hot Gravy Stains got a song request too. In the queue. How's Inti and Rakdos mid? It's been, like, somewhat decent for me. 3 cards in hand. Okay, I think I'm not going to discard and just play Giganta. I don't know if that's right, but I'm going to do that. Maybe it's better to Fable there and try to set up double Fable. I wanted to try it, you know. I cut Trespasser for Preacher. I don't know if that's better, but I wanted to try it out. I will say this is, like, at least the way that it looked, it was the best looking Rakdos list that I've seen so far. It's not really played out that way, but it looked decent. What's up, Shane? He tricked us into buying Pia. Hey, Pia was a good deck, alright? I don't want to hear it. Pia was a good deck. Preacher is unplayable. I don't know about that. You were my top Twitch stream this year that earns you 5,000 USD. I wish that's how that worked. Chat spam? Ah, yeah. For Taimu. The fuck is in their hand? Okay. Okay. Second cruise, huh? Surely I can beat that. Dude, Preacher plus Sulfurous Springs? Bro, come on! I like how their graveyard is just 3 cruises. They had to leave the cruises in the graveyard just to demoralize me even further, you know? No, somebody requested this. I don't have anime weeb shit on my playlist. Sure. Do you believe me? I know. How have they gone through 40 cards and you have to see a Drake? It is kind of a banger. I can at least agree with that. Haste Tomato 6, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate the 2 months. Welcome back, Tomato. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's not the good list. I may have spoken too soon on that. Alright, I don't want to play anymore. They have 17,000 cards in hand. I guess we can keep going. This hand's good. My mana's really fucking awkward, though. Actually, it's not. I want to play this one, too, anyways. Tough to play Gruul into Phoenix. I mean, I really don't think so. If you sideboard 4 ley lines, I think you can, and are willing to mulligan to it, I think you can make your Phoenix matchup palatable with boats. Maybe that's cope, but Don't I miss Sheoldred in this Rakdos list? Yeah, kind of. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah. Would you just rather be on Hearse then? Hearse is just not that great against blue-red because they have abrades and shit. Yeah, maybe you want to mix. Viashino Pyromancer. I don't know who requested this song, but it's kind of slaps. Oh, that's why it slaps, because it has Tim Henson on guitar. Is Tim Henson just like the greatest guitarist of our generation? He's really fucking good. Yeah, Tim is unreal. Is this like a defensive copter maneuver? I think it probably is. You ever just like play defense with your copter? All the time. Okay, that was their draw step. Are they gonna bin they're gonna bin a creature to deal 4 damage? Maybe they should. Yeah. Block the 2/2 because it's bigger than 2/1. I know, crazy. I'm going to 8 this turn. I'm not sure what to do now. Now I'm not sure. What's their last card? It is Basic Mountain, right? Yeah, they played the Ruins. I could sack Harvester, kill 1, play Fable, hold up. It's not great in the den. I don't really have a good line in the den, though. I'm going to discard Inti. Yeah, they have a lot of dens. Ugh, that looks like a good draw, but I only have 1 fucking red source, so I can't play Harvester, hold up defense, and hold up Stomp. So I think my plan is just this, and still play defense. If they animate Den, which they almost are certainly going to do, I can just trade the Copter for the Den and take 3. It's not that big of a deal. Right? And then I have Stomp for the other Den. I could also just eat the Pyromancer and take 4. Is that crazy? I don't even think that's that crazy, right? I mean, I have to go to 4. Go to 4 versus 2 Ruins. I have no way to gain life either. Well, it's between 4 and 5. I'm either blocking here or blocking here. Maybe I can loot before damage. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Certainly don't want that. So we got a 5. Discard these 2. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we can just play defense, kill 2 things, next turn Kroxa. I don't hate that. Oh, we can't? Oh, no, I can, right? If I keep the Shaman token? Yeah. So I guess I don't want to trade the Shaman token this turn, ideally. If I can avoid it. Let's see what their other draw step was. Looks like it was a spell. It's unfortunate. Now I need a red source. So, Triumph this, discard Kroxa. Oh, stomp the wrong thing. Stomp this, and then I go to 2 and Data Ruins. It's unfortunate. Well, they just will never draw a land, right? They will somehow not draw a land and also not draw spells that kill me. I don't really know how that's possible, but they'll figure it out. Alright, you win. Another matchup where Sheoldred would be just like, you know, an auto win, but we're not playing it. Yeah, I'm not feeling this list, chat. I'm not feeling this list. I may want Path. Torch good. HCA good. I don't even know if I want Path. Trim one of these. Yeah. Path just doesn't line up that well against Bonecrusher. Just not bring in Path. This list isn't feeling you either. Yeah. It just does seem kind of weird to not play Sheoldred in, like, if you're going to add Copter, that kind of makes you even want Sheoldred more, right? Can we play Fable, Copter, and Cruise in one list? That would probably involve with, like, Drakes and stuff, right? Like our last opponent was playing. Okay, well, their land lines up pretty poorly against the card Hidetsugu Consumes All. So I like that. That's very good for us. Now, granted, we have to draw a land. Gruul gives me better feelings. Absolutely. I think I'll try one more league with this deck. I'm actually not going to push this. I'm going to push the Pyromancer. I don't know if that kind of makes my hand face up, but whatever, I don't give a shit. If I stomp the Swiftspear main phase, it doesn't really tell them that I have it, right? Just kind of like a play I would want to make anyways. So let's do this, and then they'll probably commit 2 more things to the Hidetsugus. Maybe even 3 if they draw another 1-drop. Yep. 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 Suspect the Inti stuff is worse than just Sheoldred. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, too. Every time I cast Inti, it's like, the card's fine, but it feels like I could just be playing, like a more... I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. Like a more, standalone good card, right? Inti feels like it needs a lot of help for it to be good. Yeah, it's just... It feels like half of the time you cast that card, it is just Grizzly Bear. And that's kind of not where I want to be. I'm going to play Inti so I can hold up removal spell if they go for Den. Yeah, the floor is very, very low on Inti. And it seems like it seems like it's the floor most of the time. It's only really good when you have either Fable or Copter. If you're just playing it face up, it's not that good. You need to be able to synergize with it. And, like, the other issue with that is Rakdos is very good because it's a deck that has a lot of individually powerful cards. But when you put cards like this in your deck that require certain things for it to be good, you end up putting yourself in this position where it's like your draw just doesn't line up a lot of the time because you're playing cards like this. Does that make sense? At least P is a 2/3. Yeah, true. Yeah, Fiery Temper would help, but it's the same thing. It's like... The problem is then you have to put cards like Fiery Temper in your deck, which are just horrible when you don't draw Inti, and vice versa, you know? Pinky007, thank you for the 16 months. Welcome back, Pinky. Greatly appreciate that. Copter is one of those cards. Well, what I'm saying is that Copter is good at every stage of the game, regardless of, like, what's surrounding it. Copter is never going to be a bad card. You don't have that problem with Copter. You know what I mean? Let's not discard. I'm just going to max pressure them. Alright, am I dead? Am I dead? If I'm not dead, you're dead. This is on an adventure, right? Okay. It's a play with fire. Right, yeah. Less needs to go off. Copter has a much higher floor than Inti, for sure. But yeah, like, the big point that I'm trying to make is that the more we make Rakdos into a synergy-based deck, the worse it's going to be. It's just like... Rakdos is good because it doesn't play those synergy-based cards. It's just a pile of good cards, right? And that's not really that's not what Inti feels like to me. It feels like it needs a lot... It feels like you need to make this card good. you know. What's my 3-drop split? I'll show you in a second. Hold on. This is what I was going to play after this league. 3 Bonecrusher, 4 Storm, 2 Thrill, 2 Love, 2 Sentinel, 4 Huntsmans. I recently cut the 4th Bonecrusher for the 2nd Sentinel. This card, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this card. It feels like a very take it or leave it type of card to me. I also cut the 4th War for 1 main deck of Braid. I'm not sure about that. The only thing that I'm like really sold on is obviously for Stormseeker, you would never cut a copy of that, but I'm also really sold on 4 Huntsmans. I think Huntsmans is like the next best 3-drop. Yeah, and also Lovestruck is just a lot better with Copter, you know? That's kind of why I wanted to play more Lovestrucks. Okay. Right, yeah, exactly. And even if you have to keep the even if you have to keep the elf 3-drop hands, like you keep elf 3-drop Copter and they kill your elf and you just don't even care. You're like, okay, that's fine. And sometimes you're even happy with that. Because that's like if they use a fatal push on an elf, that's a fatal push they don't have for your Copter. And that's like pretty good for you. I Stomp here. Could play Fable and trade. It's like not that bad, right? Just uses my mana more efficiently. Better if I draw a land that I can double spell next turn. Wow. Is the Huntsman's Chapter 2 just always getting the werewolf dude? Not always, but you have some versatility on what that can get. My only issue with Frillback is I thought it was a little too expensive. Well, I was going to double spell until I didn't draw land. I'll just hold up Stomp for Den if they draw land. Lava Runner. Like, I was thinking basically of taking, like, very similar to your list when you had the main deck Frillback. I was thinking about just making that into a main deck Ferocidon because of the Amalia deck. I don't think you want Halana. I've tried that card a couple of times, and I've never been super impressed with it. It could be, like, better than I'm giving it credit for, but I've never been a huge fan of it. Yeah, I was thinking of, like, 1 Ferocidon main, and then 2 to 3 more in the board. I don't know if going up to a full playset is too much, but at least 1 main and at least 2 in the board sounds good. Thrillseeker is just the same thing. You just don't need Halana when you have Thrillseeker. I'm not convinced you even want Hazoret. Like, what do we want Hazoret against? I guess Phoenix? You don't need it against Rakdos. You already crushed Rakdos anyways. How good is Hazoret against Phoenix? Seems like it's probably okay. Yeah, it seems like it's probably more important against Phoenix than it is against Rakdos. What did they reveal? Giganta. Breeding Pool Giganta. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Copter. Yeah, that's true. It's like it's a pretty small low opportunity cost taking up 1 sideboard spot when you have effectively 5 copies post board with the redemption. So it does seem kind of free to just play 1 on the board. Oh shit. Every single person who casts this card is up to no good. They're probably like Neoform Atraxa, right? I don't know, your curve is relatively low enough, Julio, that you can probably just empty your hand fast enough for Hazoret. Yeah, they're definitely scheming, alright. They do be scheming. That's the other problem with Hazoret, though, is like, what if they just chump block with what if they just chump block with like a Phoenix, right? If they get Phoenix's back and they can just chump with Phoenix, seems like it's not ideal. But you can also give it trample with Huntsman's Redemption, which is kind of nice. Would love to find a Thoughtseize. Did not. Alright, go. They see me scheming. No, they're probably playing like Neoform Atraxa, I would assume. Strategic planning. Are there any other schemers? Who else schemes? Who just up scheming? Let's do a Scryfall search for a scheme. Golem Scheming Guide. Lethal Scheme. Mask of the Schemer. Nightshade Schemers. Scheming Fence. Ooh, Tezzeret the Schemer. Yeah, that's the big one. Scheming Symmetry. Yeah. Dude, I fucking... This is the one thing that I love about Inti, is it's so good when they Thoughtseize you with an Inti in play. You're just up a card, you know? It's so sick. So we get a bunch of looks at Thoughtseize this turn, which is nice. So that's like all that matters, is Thoughtseize. Any Thoughtseizes, please. That's an unfortunate one to hit. Any Thoughtseizes? Thank you. I really needed that. That was, like, crucial. Hooting Mandrills. Don't forget Standard All-Star Servo Schematic. Does that count as a scheming card? I guess it kind of does. Okay, Hearse coming in. Is HCA too slow as a graveyard heat card? Question, do you bring in HCA against Phoenix or no? I know this is not a Phoenix matchup, but just in a general sense, would you bring in HCA against Phoenix? I always feel like it's too slow. Yeah, I feel like it would be too slow. Same thing with Klothys. That was kind of... Everybody in my chat was like, you should bring in Klothys against Phoenix. And it's kind of the same thing. It just feels like it's too slow and too low impact most of the time. Yeah. And also the other shitty thing about HCA is, like, it's face up, so they know it's coming, you know? Yeah, Klothys clocks. So even though it's slow, it does deal them damage. And it's hard for them to remove, so it's maybe different. I don't think Duress is... Nah, Duress is pretty decent. Fatal Push is horrible. Get these out of my deck. Keeping these to kill Atraxa. Kroxa seems kind of mid. Cut a Preacher, bring in the Duresses. Call it a day. Yeah, they cast Scheming, I cast Go Blank. Who's favored? It's a really good one-lander. I'm going to ship it, though. Klothys is also especially nice when you have Redemption. Because, again, when you have Redemption, it just doesn't really cost you that much to put a card like that into your deck. It's like almost a free roll. It takes up one deck space, but you have 5 copies of it effectively. What's the best shell you have found for Smuggler's Copter? Hot take, but I honestly and truly believe that Gruul is the best shell for Copter. Huh. They have Founding and Scheming. I guess I take Founding. Because Founding is actually card advantage, Scheming is not. Scheming looks at more cards, which I guess is the argument for taking Scheming. New Standard All-Star Preacher of the Schism. Tool Universes Beyond confirmed. Good song request. I haven't heard this in a minute. I think this was like a Guitar Hero song at one point. One of the Guitar Heroes. What's up, SBC? How are you today? I know, Copter not being on Arena, it basically makes it a completely different format. I'll play Hearse this turn? I think I have to. I'll just eat the spells. Trying to cut them off Tessie Gray. And now, in order to play Tassiger, they have to main phase just tap out for it. Oh, they didn't hit a black source. Okay. Now they're just fucked, right? What are good options for Convoke to battle Amelia? Let me ask you this, what is the cheapest red card that says your opponents can't gain life? Because I think you'd have to play something like that as the Convoke player. Is there like a 2-mana red creature that says your opponents can't gain life? Yeah, but that's 3 mana. You'd want it to be a 2-drop ideally. Like the black card. You know, if it was like 1 in a red, 2/2, your opponents can't gain life. Could play Cage, I guess. Cage is like maybe okay. The OG red leyline. The OG red leyline. Oh, Leyline of Punishment? What set was Leyline of Punishment in? It might be legal. I can't remember. It's in M11. M11 is not legal, unfortunate. Yeah, that would be a good idea. But it's not legal, unfortunately. Yeah, Amali is actually like also pretty fine against removals, a couple removal spells. It's like why the deck is so good. The more I play with Copter and this like Copter indie stuff, the more I want to build that Pia Mox Amber deck. Maybe we should build that next. What did we say, like no, I want to keep all my cards. What did we say it was like? Pia, Skrelv, Inti. What was the other legend? Pia, Skrelv, Inti. Oh shit, I meant to hearse them. Well, too late. I was supposed to hearse them. Oh, Animpakal. So the core was Skrelv, Inti, Pia, Animpakal. Those are your creatures. And then you play Copter, Fable, Moxamber, and then you can also play Showdown and like the stuff that's good with Pia. Because then you have like enough legends to turn on Moxamber. You have Moxamber to cast your showdowns ahead of schedule. You have 0 mana cards to hit off of Showdown and Inti and you know all those kind of triggers. All those work well with Pia. That like sounds pretty good, I think. It all kind of makes sense, right? I should have played Fable first. I'm leaving myself the option of not casting Fable. But, I mean, I'm probably going to cast Fable. Bitter Triumph. Not great. I'll take Neoform. Don't think I care about the other cards. Eat this now. Your turn. So they're going to just push Thoughtseize Tassiger. Do Mike wins the match. Pia can't be playable whenever your red black mid deck is playing 3 HCA. Weirdly enough, like, sure, you get to clean up the tokens, but, like, the nice thing about Pia is it's very, very good at rebuilding. Average Rakdos hand. Oh, best deck in the format. Best deck alert, best deck alert. Am I supposed to push Goose? I don't think so. No. What could go wrong? Nothing! God, I don't want to push any of these creatures. I guess I'll kill the Innkeeper. It does kind of feel like using removal on anything but the combo pieces is a trap. You're gonna get turn 3 Coco'd. I mean, if I kill the Goose, they can still just go land Coco. It doesn't matter, right? I feel like time walking myself is kind of bad, though. Just gonna kill that idiot. Hold up Stomp. It is kind of weird if I hold up Stomp and they just hold up Coco. I can't really use my mana. Just time walking myself twice, right? And they're definitely gonna hold up Coco. Yeah, this matchup doesn't seem great. Oh, they can also just gain life, too. Well, I could take a 50-50 and hope they don't hit a spell. I mean, like, am I ever winning if I don't do that? What's the plan if I don't cast Bonecrusher? Just, like, land go? And just sit here forever and do nothing? I think I have to take the 50-50. Just hope they don't hit a spell off the food token. Yeah, I guess it's not quite 50-50. It's like a slightly... The coin flip is slightly weighted in their favor, I would say. Alright, well, fuck me. That's like best possible too. God damn it. All right, they will simply just not have a way. They will simply not have a way to gain life next turn. Just kidding. This deck seems fucked. Go blank bad. Path maybe okay. Yeah, Path seems good against them. Torch good. K command mid. HCA mid. This is gonna sound crazy, but I kind of like Duress against them. It hits Cord, Coco, and Return. Kroxa seems awful. Cut an Inti. Alright, let's try this. No, I don't think Go Blank is very good. It's like kind of good against... It's like kind of good against exactly Return, but it's not really good against anything else. Go Blank is quite good. Really? Why is it good? They just, like, discard 2 shitter 1/1s and then untap and kill you. I don't know. It doesn't seem that good. It doesn't feel like it's very good. Yeah, I guess. But, like, I kind of want Duress. Like, it almost feels like Duress serves the same purpose, where you can take the stupid thing out of their hand, but Duress also has the added benefit of being able to take Cord and Coco too. Whereas Go Blank is terrible against Cord and Coco. Right. Sure, I guess that's fair. Yeah. Okay, so we go Harvester Torch. Torch exiling, by the way, seems very, very important. Should Rakdos just be playing like 3 or 4 torches and less pushes? Maybe that's the way. I'm just gonna kill it now. Kind of think you should be prepared to play a post-combo game as well. It's hard to just always keep them off. Yeah, sure. That's fair. The Boros Pia deck, could you justify the new portable hole from LCI? Maybe, yeah. Another Amalia. God, my Stomp just looks embarrassing now. But I guess I can sack Harvester and Stomp. They revealed Voice, which they binned. Okay, let's start here. So they have Tomb Walker in hand. So we obviously have to kill the Amalia this turn, which means... yeah, I guess we're taking 6. I guess I'm taking 6, huh? Your turn. Could also kill Innkeeper. Yeah, but then they get to keep Amalia, which seems really bad. Seems worse for me. I'm not going to discard the Fable. I want to try and find a push here. Also can basically just never win if they find a Coco. Holding the land in hand to discard next turn. Yeah, this might be a matchup where Trespasser is good over Preacher, because Trespasser actually eats the graveyard. Okay, that was a phenomenal draw step. Do I wait? I don't think I wait. Just like cast it and pass. I guess I could loot first. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to crew. I'm just debating on... No. Let's actually just do this. Let's just cast this. I should attack first. Hold on, I should attack first. If you wipe them, I'm dead to return. I'm dead to return anyways! If I don't cast my path, they return and I still die. Like, I'm not beating return anyways, right? They draw. Voice of Resurgence. So they combo and you path, they kill the idiot. Yeah, then they're at like 70 life, though. Can I go to 2? Let's do this first. Doesn't really help. But I guess... could just do this. I should have left back the Inti and not the Reflection. Because now, if I want to block... yeah, this was bad. Because if I decide that I want to block, I'd much rather block with Inti than Reflection, I think. I think that was kind of mid. Might as well Duress them. It's kind of free. Okay, your turn. Lunarch Veteran. They attack, I probably just take and go to 2. They probably should attack, right? Yeah, I'll go to 2. Should have another land in hand. What do you mean? Oh, that's just lethal, right? Okay. Copy here. Crew this. That's exactly 11. Alright, we figured it out. What do you mean should have another land in hand? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, you're saying discard the land to Inti instead of the blood? Was that what you wanted to do, Snook? But I remembered you saying you didn't like it on Twitter at one point. Yeah, I don't know. The more I play with it, I have been finding it's a little bit better than I initially gave it credit for. But like we were talking about this earlier, and I think the biggest issue I have with playing Inti in Rakdos, like in the Rakdos mid-range deck specifically, is like it kind of feels like Inti requires very specific things to make it good. Like, it's not really a good card by itself, so it has a very low floor, and Rakdos is typically a deck that just has a bunch of cards with the high floor, and that's kind of where I feel like Inti maybe misses in the Rakdos mid-range deck specifically. Like, sure, it's good with Copter and good with Fable, but it's not really good as a standalone card. Chat was saying I should bring in Go Blank. I don't know if I agree with that. I think I like how I sideboarded. Sand looks good. Hidetsugu hits the food treasures and dorks. Well, it's whatever against Lunarch, because they just get Lunarch back. I don't think that matters that much. Dina, Voice, Veteran. Just take Dina and exile Voice. Because I can't kill Dina, it has 3 toughness. Sure. Yeah, take this. Yeah, Cage could be a good sideboard card. Okay, Inti this turn. Next turn, we can hopefully hit a land. Discard the extra Inti. Go Blank good for the part of the game where we can't beat a Return of the Ring, so they draw it. Yeah, sure. I mean, maybe I should just not have as many discard spells, because you guys do bring up a good point of, like, the big problem is Amalia puts the card on top where you can't Thoughtseize it, so that is maybe a reason that the discard spells are quite a bit worse. I could buy that. I could certainly buy that. But they are somewhat important early, too, you know? I'm just going to play Fable. They only have 2 unknown cards. Maybe I should have cast Thoughtseize. This will be the last turn I tap out. And then next turn I'll just hold up everything. Okay, that's like kind of unfortunate because they get to explore twice. They hit a Walker. If their last 2 cards are Landwalker, then whatever. Okay, they kept Walker on top. Just like kind of fine because we can kill Amalia. No discard. Okay, so what's the play here? Push Amalia, exile voice, Thoughtseize them. I think I'm supposed to push Amalia main phase in case they have Chord. I'm gonna Thoughtseize first. See what their last card is. Okay, basic planes. They can't Chord. No, I'm saying if I wait till their turn to push. Well, now that I know that their last card is planes and they're drawing Walker, then I can wait, right? They don't have 3 green. I'm saying if I let them untap. Also, wait, don't I want to attack? Yeah, I'm pushing now because I want to attack. Chat's just like gaslighting me into making bad plays. I don't think I have time for... Actually, I kind of want to hold back into. I'm taking too much damage. Yeah, I'm taking too much damage. Do I discard the other Fable is the question. No, I don't think so. I think we'll just chill for a little bit. And then kill the voice main phase. Why not attack plus torch? Should have pushed after declaring attackers. I don't really see the difference. I mean, we know their card. We know what they're drawing. I don't get the difference. Okay, we can discard that. So now we send both discard Thoughtseize. Put a counter on the token. Hit Copter, which is not bad, which we can play both and keep the land in hand. I mean, yeah, if they draw Return, we're dead. Shout out to Go Blank, I guess. Don't draw a Return, please. Okay. We're not dead. We're not dead. They blow up the board, and then we can just kill, like, hopefully draw a removal spell for Amalia, obviously. Now, granted, we have to deal them a lot of damage. Yeah, and they're going to put, like, the best card in their deck on top of their library, so... It's not great. It's not great. Yeah, they're just going to put Return on top. Looks like they chose... Yeah, they put Return on top. Oh, right, so we have no odds, even if I draw a roll spell for Amalia. Okay, you win. I'm dead. I'm dead. Man, tough. Okay, maybe you kind of need to play Leyline of the Void for that matchup. Tough matchup, though. I don't know. Maybe go blank. All right, pay out the Doubter.